What is going on, guys? Brandon here. Thursday, April 13th. Just missed Friday the 13th. Would you look at that? 2023. Hope you are having an incredible day. Remember, the algorithm hates truth. So please, any signal you find, whether it's here or not, anywhere, please share signal wherever you find it because the algorithm hates truth. That has been confirmed. That is fact. We know that to be true. The algorithm hates truth. The big tech oligopoly loves to put truth, like the Hunter Biden laptop, loves to put it down into the dirt and bury it. So we have to do our darndest. Remember, the 3% is what changed the world. The 3% gave us America, fought the Revolutionary War, and gave us America. The other 97% and gave the world America. Gave the world American exceptionalism. Gave the world the founding documents. That's all it takes. So be loud. Let your voice be heard. Standing silent in the face of evil is evil itself. And make no mistake, anyone within earshot of this, understand we are in a culture war. We are in a psychological war. We are in a bio war. We are in every war you can imagine. World War III is a culmination of all these wars. And you must be prepared mentally, spiritually, physically, and emotionally for what is coming. You are here for a reason, and God made you specifically for a reason to be here alive at this time. We are not fighting with guns and ammo and tanks like they did 100 years ago. We are fighting with words. Peaceful protest with your money outside the system. That's what Bitcoin is. It's the 3%. We're not there yet. It's the 3% standing up and saying no more. No more of the money cartel, the drug cartels, the psychological operation cartels, the global alphabet soup agencies. No more. No more. Truth will set you free, and we have to stand. We have to let our voices be heard. And the more that we do that, it gives courage to other people to stand up as well and do the same thing.
With that being said, let's jump into the market update here. We have the 10-year treasury. Remember the trifecta we go through all the time. We want to see what's actually going on in the economy, in the markets. We don't go look at the stock market. We don't run to Jim Cramer. Inverse Cramer is more like it, right? So we don't go to these goons on mainstream media, on CNBC and Bloomberg. We check the credit markets. We check oil. We check the dollar relative strength. Those three are the driver of the economy. Those are the drivers of the world economy and what's actually happening, right? That's going to give us the dog that wags the tail. And so many people look at it the other way, right? The stock market, equity, stuff like that, that's derived from the credit market. So many people are looking to see second, third order effects when they really should be looking at the primary. And this is kind of my whole MO and the way I operate my life. And the thing that confuses me so much about the modern world is that we're obsessed with Band-Aids on bullet holes. We're obsessed with trying to pop a pill to get six-pack abs. We're obsessed with trying to put a Band-Aid on a bullet wound. We're obsessed with trying to drink some cocktail in order to get away from the root cause of our pain, our problems. And same thing with investing. Many people try to, just set it and forget it. I'm going to throw it in an ETF. I'm going to throw it in a 401k. I'm going to throw it in a pension. I'm just going to forget about it. And I hope someday I've got retirement. It just blows my mind that we just don't think. We don't use our intellect, our higher faculties that we've been given as we're built in the image of God, and we just choose not to use our brains. And we choose to not put it into work. And we choose this proof of stake life, this fiat life, where we think we're entitled to things. We think we have the right to everything on earth. And that's just not the case. That's unfortunately not how life works. God is a rewards-based God. He's not a needs-based God. Just because you need something, just because you need help, just because you need money doesn't mean you get money, right? What you get out, you put in. Or what you put in, you get out. You give love, you'll get love. If you give money, you'll get money. If you give a hug, you'll get a hug. If you give a punch, you'll get a punch. So that's why these three things, getting to the core issue in everything in life, not just money or finance, but it's everything. It's relationships, getting to the core issues, communicating and seeing what's actually going on. The 10-year treasury is at almost 3.5. So it's kind of bouncing around a little bit, as we can see. Especially over the last couple of weeks, but it's in a downtrend. It's broken out of its 50-year downtrend. You can see this massive downtrend, obviously, just over the last 50 years and what's actually happening here, which is truly wild when you think about it. But this huge downtrend, it's broken out of this downtrend, and that's the free market saying, hey, we're not taking this anymore. Like, this is absolutely insane what's going on. So we're going to continue watching this and seeing what's actually happening here, because we've got a lot of different ways this could go, really, right? Well, I shouldn't say a lot, but it's got two different ways out of the last 4 decades that this could go. It could either go rates through the roof and bonds are collapsing and everyone is going bankrupt and really into this massive depression, or it could you go into financial repression, which the rates will end up coming back down. Bonds will, in the long run, take off again, I guess, or at least go up a bit because they're going to go towards zero. It could go negative someday. We already have that going on, but we're going to continue watching this. The bond play, though, is just brutal because, again, if these people are wrong and the bond yields keep going up and they are selling off, then so many people are going to get crushed. You have the ETFs, the pensions, the life insurance plans. They're going to get absolutely demolished. This is why we Bitcoin. This is exactly why. One of the main reasons, I shouldn't say the exact reason, but it's one of the hundreds of thousands of reasons that you are a Bitcoiner, that you are an advocate of sound money. When you hold the soundest, hardest money in the world, you don't need to think about and worry about bond yields. That they're going to get destroyed by Bitcoin. I have an article and a video about bonds and why they will collapse and what will happen to them when people start to realize, because we're not even close to there yet, but when we start to realize as people that bonds are enslavement, that you're getting enslaved and guaranteeing your own taxation in the future and your children's future, by buying government bonds, you will change everything in your life. But until the 3%, 5%, 10% of people realize that you keep enslaving yourself by going into government-sponsored plans and ETFs and life insurance or 401ks, and they're just buying up garbage in government bonds, this will perpetuate. We will continue to have taxes and pay these ridiculous onerous taxes and the theft, and just go. They get to take that tax currency they take from you and sprinkle it all around the propaganda and hashtags and end zones and trans activist commercials and sponsorships and all kinds of stuff, force-fed, grooming your children, doing all this insane stuff to you that you don't agree with, but you continue down that road because they've broken the currency and you feel you have no way out. Well, we do now. It's Henry Ford's energy money come to light. It's a sly roundabout way. We actually have it now. So let's get on the bandwagon and do the moral thing, the ethical thing, the choice it's going to give the unbanked, the underbanked, those in developing countries and third world countries, a chance at life. Homeless people in San Francisco. If you are for humanity, if you actually care about human beings, you would be a Bitcoiner. Period. End of day. If you cared about other people and their finances, their well-being, their health, their happiness, you will be a Bitcoiner. Period. There's no other way around it. If you are against Bitcoin, you're against freedom, as Nico Moran says. Period. That should be the call to action, to do the research, to put in the hours of research, to figure out what money is and why Bitcoin is the hardest money to ever exist, and why your wealth and your purchasing power go up over time as you get to preserve your time and energy, because that's all money is a container for your time and energy. You get to preserve your time and energy. Think about that. You can't do that in fiat inflationary dollars and yen and pesos. You continually lose over time and you get poorer and poorer. You lose your time and energy and you wonder why you can't get ahead. A little heated. The DXY, we're getting towards 100, guys. We're getting towards 100. Look at this downtrend over the last 6 months. This is absolute clown world. The dollar weakening again. So we have liquidity, right? We have liquidity being pumped back in the market. As we've been saying, we're going to continue watching this. We have this little fake out here. We're going to continue watching the dollar weaken and the global liquidity, positive liquidity over the last 6 months, which we've been calling out and telling you was going to happen. Again, this is why Bitcoin, this is why gold and silver have been pumping, and the equity markets, for the most part, have been pumping. And this is why the bonds have been doing what they've been doing, right? It's the same thing. This is why the yields have been going back down for the most part over the last 6 months. I mean, again, a couple little fake outs here. But the bond market, bonds are trying to tell us what's going on, and they keep getting hammered down and pushed down into dirt and hidden by the central bankers. They want to collapse the middle class. They want two classes of people, 99%, that get told what to do by the 1%, by them. Period. End of day. Until we start waking up to this effing fact and this reality, and we keep beating our heads against the wall, and we keep using their currency that we get taxed in, these fake currencies, and that they can print and counterfeit at our expense, then life doesn't change. Life won't change. We'll continue going down this road. So whatever, so be it. Crude oil $82 a barrel. That's staying, fairly stable, I guess, quote unquote. But the trifecta here for the liquidity: Bitcoin, gold, and silver. What do we have here? Gold, $40 an ounce, $2,040 an ounce. We're getting to all-time highs here. I believe the high is a little bit above this. I believe it's a little above this. I thought it was a little above this. Yeah, it's got to be a little bit above this. I don't know why it's saying that. I thought it was like $2,070 an ounce. But anyway, we're near all-time high, guys. Silver up at $26 an ounce almost. And just so you guys know, premiums are way, way above this too. So this is just the paper. This is just a paper spot price. This is where the price is being manipulated down. I mean, the real silver price, I heard it the other day. If there wasn't overnight manipulation in short selling and the paper markets that the big guys, again, the 1% get to screw you over with, the price would be around $239 an ounce if we didn't have overnight manipulation of the silver price over the last 40 years. So just think about that. It'd be 10x from where it is right now, and it will be again someday. Bitcoin will take most of that, though, up at over $30,000 an ounce. Again, if you don't think there's a problem and you don't think that you should get prepared and get some Bitcoin and then get a tiny bit of gold and silver and some guns and ammo and water, food storage, build your community up and build with the people we are building with here, then you have another thing coming. You are one of the people, the NPCs, the non-playable characters, putting band-aids on bullet holes. I wish you luck and good riddance. So I again, that's all we got here today, guys. I appreciate you. I know it's a little harsh. I'm just ticked off. Like I have a bunch of children that I want to see have a life where they don't have to go to the gas station with a shotgun in the car. I'd like to see a world where we can use money that is working for us instead of a currency that's working against us. That'd be nice. That'd be beautiful. That's the world I want to live in, where we have cheap and abundant energy, thorium, fission, fusion, nuclear reactors, small modular nuclear reactors, powering, Bitcoin mining, which is giving us the hardest money in the world that politicians and globalists cannot steal and cannot send our children to war with. That'd be amazing. Bitcoin is running. Mind you, banks are not running. Banks are falling apart. Central bank can't audit them. Don't know what the hell they're doing. Don't know their monetary supply. Don't know the issuance because they are changing interest rates. They're quantitative easing. Then they're quantitative tightening. Look, Bitcoin. Wow, what do you know? It's running predictably every 10 minutes. You can see what's going on. We know the issuance. Check out timechaincalendar.com. Check out pricedinbitcoin21.com. Check out Bitcoin Lexicon. Check out timechainstats.com. Check out the mempool.space, which you just looked at, showing the blocks coming in. Check out Clark Moody's dashboard. If you guys think that this isn't happening or the government can, take this out for some reason, then you are sadly mistaken. Again, I do work with Bitcoin trading cards. It's a fun way to educate people and orange pill people to the truth. And, our mission is helping educate people with concepts that make you cry, making topics that make you cry fun and exciting. That's our mission. That is the mission. That's been my mission for 20 years is making things accessible and educating people as to what's really going on in the world. So I appreciate you guys for bearing with me. The content this Easter season, I hope is treating you very well, and you're getting to spend some time with family. We'll be back soon with kind of our regular cadence, computer setup, stuff like that. And I appreciate you being here at our TED Talk. And please go share this message. Go share it because the algorithm hates truth. This is not financial advice. It's freedom advice. Question everything with boldness, please. I look forward to seeing you on the next one.